Okay, there you are. Hang on a second. Keep it up, Gyps. Got suspended. Gypsy reports me all the time. Okay, you know, let me know if you want to come up. Yeah.
I'm back.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Let me know if you want to come up because I on this account I've got to let you up.
Who did it this time?
No, Mrs. Loco, it wasn't the no baby thing. She reports me all the time. No, it wasn't the no baby stuff. Um, like I said, she wants us to say there's no baby because she can use that to discredit, content creators over here. But no, um, like I was talking about where I'm taking my stuff. I'm taking my stuff everywhere. I'm going to be on a network, and I'm going to link it all together. I'm going to link it with my other research, and I'm going to link all my Gypsy stuff together, and it's just going to be one big conglomerate of information. And yeah, we're going to see where that goes. And my goal is to get to deal with Gypsy. So if you're in that, if you have the same goal, I'll teach you how to do it, and it's easily done. But it's time. It's time to take it off. Stop playing her game over here, and it's time to take this out onto the wide web and educate the public, and then the public will deal with Gypsy. Once we remove that one thing away from her, any semblance of the public believing her. And it's happening. It's happening every day. It's been happening big time since these. Yeah, I was talking a lot about the content creators and Sir Morbid and everything. So that they probably reported me because I keep educating about how Christy Blanchard has always worked with content creators over here. So keep getting me suspended, and here's what I'll do. I will make alternate JFK Annie accounts, and I only need maybe 100 followers to go live. Okay, I don't even have to go live. I could just be here. I could just have my ass all over TikTok. So I can make JFK Annie 2, JFK Annie 3, JFK Annie 4, JFK Annie 5 to infinity. And I can get enough followers to go live or link all my shit to it. Okay, and then I linked the JFK Annie name to everything I do about Gypsy. And then that links it to all my other research that has been validated in the last 20 years. And I will show everybody what you did. I'll show everybody the machine behind Gypsy that was backed up by the money. And the money was HBO and Hulu and Lifetime and Dr. Phil and Dr. Oz. And that goes to Oprah because Oprah gave us Dr. Phil and Dr. Oz. So every time that this Munchausen defense has been spread to the public, you know what that was doing? That was slandering those doctors because the Munchausen defense stands on Dee Dee doing everything they claim she did. So that means that every time they claimed that Dee Dee did what she did, they were saying that Dee Dee forced those doctors to do those surgeries that she didn't need. That was slandering those doctors. That was slandering the hospital. That was saying that those doctors in that hospital committed insurance fraud. Every time they claim that Dee Dee had Munchausen's and she forced those surgeries on Gypsy and forced those doctors to do that, and those doctors did that, that was slandering those doctors in that hospitals. So that means that when Dr. Phil let her do that, and Dr. Oz let her do that, and Dr. Phil and Dr. Oz joined together to push the Munchausen defense, they were slandering those doctors to their millions in their audience. See how that works? Do you see? Just like if there's no baby, then all those news outlets can sue Lifetime. And they're going to sue the parent company, Disney, because they made all of those news outlets publish a falsehood. And those news outlets live on their reputations. And that's what a newspaper has, their integrity. Back during Watergate, they had to vet all that information because Katharine Graham, famously said, all we have is our personal integrity with the public. If we lie to the public, then we lose our integrity. We lose the public belief in us. So that's why there's FCC fines. Oh, I'll never let them stop me, Pauline. I've got a big mouth. And I don't tolerate bullies. And that's all Gypsy is. She's a bully. And all of her flying monkeys that have done her dirty work over here for 2 years, they're bullies. That's all they are. If you don't understand that Shenna is just a big fat bully, I can't teach you nothing. Can't teach you nothing. And she's egotistical and she's arrogant in her bullying. She likes what she does. She does everything she does with glee. So when I started seeing her being invited onto anti-gyp panels, of course I questioned that. And my first question is, so have you always been working together, or is this just a new thing? Should I give you all the what the hell? Harassment and bullying. I am not harassing anybody and bullying. They are bullies. Jesus Christ. Do you see how scared they are, guys? They're scared of us. I know they're scared of me. I know that. I see that every day. And I got one thing to say, Gyp Gyp. Good. Get scared. Get very scared. Because now I'm determined. I am so determined to deal with your ass. I was determined a year ago, but now I'm really determined. Because I have seen the way you have attacked people over here. We understand what Operation Cockroach was, and we've been following it. We know what you were doing. But now you've left your flying monkeys in the lurch. You've left them. You've left them holding the bag, and I don't think they, I don't think they're going to sit still for that. We're going to see this all play out. It's going to go a couple of different ways. Either we're going to understand that Christy has been behind a lot of this for years, because Christy knew that once she was given that plea deal, that she was going to get out one day. And it came fast. Came faster than they expected. And Christy knew that Gypsy holds a lot of resentment against her. Gypsy hates her, hates Mia. And she had to do something to control Gypsy, make her look bad, put her in a box. All right? Well, Gypsy's known this all the time, too. So there's been multiple agendas in the background of this. There's been Gypsy's agenda. There's been Christy's agenda. There's been all of the money that was thrown at Gypsy. They have an agenda. Melissa Moore had an agenda, okay, this whole time. I got suspended, Garden. That means they cut the live, so I can't download it or... Yeah, I'm suspended, I think, for another 3 days. Harassment and bullying. Yeah, see, I can't share this either because they just restricted me from sharing it, so I don't know if any of you can share it. Every time this happens, guys, they monitor. They monitor every live we do. And especially since I'm teaching now on what you can do to really finish her, which means take this off of social media and take it out onto the wide web. It's time now. It's time to do that. Yes, Garden, they're scared because they know that they are all complicit. Every single one of them are complicit in spreading this lie. Yeah. Oh, you can't repost it? Jeez, okay. But, okay. Well, I've told you my ideas. Basically, guys, form a community of people that want to do the work, that are sick of the bullshit and they want to do the work. And that works real easy. All we do is we ignore the garbage, we ignore the drama, we take the evidence, and we get it to the public. Okay, so where's the public? Are they all over here on TikTok? No, they're not. They are out on the wide web. They are following the daily news. They are still reading People magazine and TMZ and all of that. So you don't wait for that media to post about it, to pick the story up. You take it to that media. You take it to the comment section. Every media has a comment section because they want to engage with their audience. So you take these FOIA files, the links to them, you take the links to the videos, because those are the most visceral. When they see her doing those videos, they change their minds. That hits these people right away, hits them in their gut. And it would have done that on the stand too. If they had taken the Munchausen defense into court, that prosecutor would have showed these videos, because these videos prove that Dee Dee did not control her, didn't have any control over her. None at all. Did not stifle her, keep a phone from her, keep her off the internet, keep her isolated. That proves that. It completely dismantles the Munchausen defense, and that's what Gypsy knows. So she does not want this out to the public, so let's take it out to the public. Form groups, and form groups of 3 or 5 of you. Every day, your group takes on a different media section. One of you take People, one of you take YouTube, one of you take Newsweek, anywhere that she had articles done about her. You just search her name. When her name pops up, when any article pops up, you just go to the comment section of that article and you link the FOIAs. Have a pre-made comment explaining what those are, and you just copy and paste that in every comment section. I can do easily 50 to 100 a day. Do, as many as you can do. If you got 5 of you working in a team and you each do 10 a day, that's 50 posts a day. Do you know how fast we can flood the web with the evidence? But we're all sitting over here in the continued drama. That's what she wants you to do. She wants you to keep in this nonsense drama, because that turns off the audience. The audience comes and looks at that, and they're like, they don't want to look at it. It's stupid. It's not teaching them anything. The audience is coming back now that these FOIAs have been released. They are hungry. They're hungry for the information that they should have had in 2016, but they didn't. And we can explain why they didn't have it. They didn't have it because it was set aside, saved for Nick's trial. Then it was set aside for his appeal, and he had a 10-year appeal process. That's why we've not seen this. It's not because it's not important. It's not because it's not evidence. Okay, it's because it was set aside. But it was given out to certain entities. It was given out to HBO to create the Mommy, Dad, and Dearest thing. And the Mommy, Dad, and Dearest documentary is what built the original lie. about Dee Dee. And then the media took it from there. And then Dr. Phil and Dr. Oz took it. Then Melissa Moore took it and then took that to Lifetime. And this was a 5-year process while she was in prison where they were out here building up her social media. Melissa Moore built that up. Christy built that up. They had the Facebook groups with Fancy and Natasha Cooper. Don Boker had a Facebook group. Thousands of members. No, he did Garden. He did a live just a little bit ago. Last week, in fact. He did a live. Unless he took it down. He did a live where he was kind of mocking the FOIAs, saying they weren't important. But interestingly enough, he showed up like a PowerPoint kind of presentation with, hold on, my thing just broke. And it was all of the men that she was talking to in prison and everything. The only way you'd have that, Morbid, is from the FOIAs, from the prison emails. That's how we learned about those men. So you're saying this shit isn't important, and you just stole that from the FOIAs. Okay, I'm getting this again, B. Look at this. A viewer
I
suggested
just was gonna
co-hosting with
say,
Ruby
you're
and
getting all
Candy
the
and
weird
Kitty.
co-hosts. Yep.
Uh-huh. And it's not even letting me click on. Okay, hold on now. 461 followers, Ruby. Yeah, I'm tempted sometimes to invite them. Kitty Flower, Candy, Candy China Doll, Gypsy.
That's gross.
You're just not good at this. Oh, I'll have a conversation with Kitty. Bring Kitty on. She's got 1 million followers. Gee, I wonder if you link to Gypsy. You know what, Gypsy? Become your Kitty. I'll have a conversation with Kitty. You can come up here. You can come up here and show me all your personalities. Because we can talk about you using them with Dan. We can talk about your deviant art shit and your house eros and your fet life. We can talk about that. We know you want to brag.
Talk.
Come on.
We'll talk.
Yeah, come on over here, Gypsy. Let's talk about 2009, 10, and 11. Let's talk about all of that. Let's talk about you sending your 10-year-old sister to Dan Gladwell's Facebook account when you were having a fetish relationship with him online. You know, remember Dan, the first person you told that you could walk in 2011? But hang on a second, you continued to lie to the neighbors and pretend to be in that wheelchair. So, yeah, let's talk about that. There's another Candy.
Yep.
162,000 followers. Gee, Gypsy. How many accounts do you have? A whole bunch of them. See, that's showing that she's got a lot of fake accounts. You know what
Suspended, Lorinda.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I got suspended. Yeah, on that other one. Bullying, harassment and bullying. You know how, you know kind of what my forte is? You know what I'm known for? You know what my background is? Discovering fake accounts. And especially networks of fake accounts where you have them all networked together. That's kind of what I'm known for. So, if you think you're hiding yours, Jip, you're not. You're not. In fact, the one, your flying monkey that created that Discord over there and maintains it and admitted that Aubrey Strawberry, She's got a whole bunch. And she's already come over into my lives on her multiple accounts and shown them. There's no reason to have multiple accounts like that unless you're using them to troll or monitor or collect our information. And we already know you've collected our information because that's what Operation Cockroach was. You were collecting our information to use it against us, and you stuck it in that Discord. And you were in that Discord at one time. You're probably not anymore, but now your flying monkeys are trying to run away from the Discord and they can't. They did a lot of illegal shit with it. Okay? So, it's just a matter of time. Do you really think, Gypsy, that the public isn't going to demand an answer from people like Dr. Phil? Do you think they're not going to demand an answer? Especially since Dr. Phil is being exposed for the shady shit he's done now. The way he's manipulated his guests and harmed them. Do you really think? The public's going to ask for answers. And that prosecutor that gave you the cushy plea deal, he's up for re-election this year. Do you think he's going to want to be confronted with the bullshit giving you the plea deal when he had this evidence? So, all right, does anybody else have any... Okay, first, is there any new news about Gypsy? Last thing I saw... What was the last thing I saw? The water thing where she's by the water with the baby. A couple text things she posted, but she's becoming pathetic. Okay. Hello, Crystal. Look, I'm co-hosting with Victor, another Victor. You know, come on in here. I know you're all sitting there from the outside. Come on in. Come on in my chat. We'll talk. I would love to discuss 2009, 10, and 11.
Who's Kitty's purring?
Completely. Huh?
I said, who's Kitty's purring?
Oh, that's Bee's kitty.
Oh, yeah. That's Gizmo.
Gizmo.
So, does anyone else want to come up on panel?
Yeah, I haven't really been on the past couple days. Like, I don't know. Oh wait, Becca's live was last night, wasn't it? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. I watched part of it.
Yeah, I didn't I just started watching it and I don't know what happened. I can't remember. I know she was doing that those two girls that did a podcast talking about Gypsy, like basically, I guess reading from her book or something.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was doing the those women, the two women that had the podcast, and she that is a good idea, you know. But it's kind of too slow to take one podcast at a time, you know. What I would suggest is that you go to, because back 10 years ago, we didn't have podcasts, especially true crime, like we do now. So there were a bunch that did Gypsy, like one episode on Gypsy, but they didn't do continued. They just did the bullshit that was put out at the time. So those are still up on YouTube. So I would suggest you go to like new ones if they're still doing new ones and continuing the lie. what I would do, because at this point, anybody, okay, when I'm going to do a podcast or even my lives over here, if I'm going to do a topic, I get shit ready on my other phone. I research that topic and I have stuff ready to show you. All right. So if you're going to, at this point, if you're going to do a podcast like that on YouTube, an hour long podcast about the Gypsy story, and you do not have this new information in it, then you're not doing your due diligence. You're not doing any kind of research. You're just rehashing the old story. So if they're doing that, I'm going to look for a connection with Gypsy. I'm going to search who these women are, and I'm going to look for a connection with Gypsy, just like we did with Andrea Dunlap, and see, and how we went back and we found out Andrea Dunlap isn't legitimate because she built her channel on the lies about her sister, just like Gypsy built her shit on the lies about her mother. So there's a connection there, all right? Tori Spelling, when she did that podcast, she hasn't responded yet to these FOIAs, but I think Tori was just doing it because Gypsy's got a lot of attention on her, you know. Cal Lowry seemed to have done some homework because she knew about Dan and she confronted Gypsy about Dan. So that's why I don't understand why Cal didn't have this other information and she just let her lie, you know? Right. So, yeah, Bethy, if I see new podcasts, then the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to search those people and see, okay, what other types of content have you done? And have you been authentic or, or ethical about that? Like if they're true crime, and they're a crime podcast. So I would go back in their other podcasts and see, okay, what crime did you report on, and did you report on that accurately? You know? Right, exactly. But at this point in time, no. It's been a year that these FOIAs have come out. First, we had Nick, the appeal stuff, where we had the transcript of Dan's testimony, where we learned that she was doing this before with him before Nick. 2011, we learn about all of that. We had the autistic doctor that explained how she used these characters to manipulate Nick. Point blank, took us all through it. So that was the first thing that came out. The crime scene photos came out again months ago, almost a year ago now. All right. Then you had Becca. Becca started up her channel, and she started she was talking to the police. She was point blank taking us all through it and breaking it apart. Then you had the prison emails. Prison emails chased her off of TikTok because the prison emails show the machine behind it. It shows the build. It shows Melissa Moore for 5 years building it, building the lie. It shows Dr. Phil, Dr. Oz building the lie, putting that lie out to their millions of followers and audience. Okay, that's why she went off of TikTok when the prison emails came out. Prison emails show that she was talking to her father behind Christie's back, that she was talking to all of these men. So when the Lifetime show comes out and the story goes back to the original story of where her mother kept her controlled, she was with Nick, then she was with Ken, then she was with Ryan, then she was with Ken again. That's not true. She was with multiple men before Nick. She was with Dan and other men at VisionCon. She was online in FetLife long before she met Nick. She was doing this role play, this deep, involved BDSM fetish play long before she met Nick. Okay, she was doing it in prison. She was manipulating men with the BDSM fetish stuff in prison. She was writing to a convict. Nicholas was the convict she was writing to. She was sending sexual content to these people. The woman that was writing to her, calling her goddess. Okay. In 2019, the Nick Godejohn shit happened. That involved Fancy, and Gypsy knew about it, and it involved Melissa Moore. So The machine. Hannah, do you want up here? I got suspended on my other thing. Okay.
What was the reason? What did they say they suspended you for?
Harassment and bullying.
That is crazy. We weren't bullying or harassing anybody. That
No,
is
I
wild.
think I
What
was.
was it?
I think I mentioned Shenna, that Shenna was a bully.
Oh man.
Because I was talking about the Discord. I was talking about Gypsy leaving them, abandoning them, and them being all scared now. You know, because they're legally liable for everything they did. Which, if you remember, Bree, I told you a year ago that you were going to be legally liable for everything you did. Back when I said, I'm JFK Annie, and I'm a researcher and an archivist, and you're all legally liable for everything you're doing, for the dirty work you're doing. And you laughed at me. Remember? Planty, Aubrey Strawberry. She's a researcher and an archivist. There's never going to be any litigation. Okay. Why are you trying to distance from the Discord now? Why are you staging fake fights between you and Shenna now? Huh? April Fools. Now, here's what nobody's watching you. That's why you had to come over here and cultivate some content creators that would let you up on their panel. That's the whole reason that Pretzi and Legacy were even created and came over here. To give you guys a common enemy. So that you could come over here. Legacy came over here and started being rude to all of the anti-gypsy women. Now, why did they do that? Because you throw a bunch of women, the women came over here from Morbid and started all these cat fights. Because if it's a bunch of women, you know, fighting, it's just a cat fight, right? It's drama. People will watch that, just like they watch Beverly Hills Housewife. Okay? They throwing your wine in the face. That's all fake. That's all fake. It's fake drama. Okay? Same as over here. So they wanted all the cat fights to go on to discredit any content creator that was doing quality work exposing Gypsy. That's part of Operation Cockroach. So then Gypsy did the thing where she mocked those certain creators so that everybody would go over it. Everybody would ask, who the fuck is that? Who's she mocking? Who is that? Why is she doing that? So that they would go to those accounts, build them up, and watch the drama. And then they took the drama to all those accounts. That's what fancy is. Fancy is manufactured crazy. So that the audience will look at her and go, she seems to have a lot of information about Gypsy, but she's crazy. She's the Marguerite Oswald of the Gypsyverse. Okay? So then you have, you know, the Billboard drama, all of that. Then that stops working. People get bored with that. Then you had other drama, crap drama, fighting with each other, doxing each other. Then you had Cajun Navy Gin go after Ivory Rose Nose with that stuff about her father, whatever. And that got really ugly and personal. Okay? That's what that Angry Archie came over to when I had Audience Speaks. He came over onto my channel and he was defending Ivory Rose Nose. Now, I like Ivory Rose Nose. I think she's quality. I do. I still watch her. But I didn't want the drama on my channel. I said, we moved away from this. This is getting ugly. I don't want the drama here. So Angry Archie was up on my channel and trying to defend Ivory, and I said, I don't want that here. And he said, well, I'm bringing 100 people to your live. I said, I don't care. I don't want that here. It has nothing to do with Gypsy. It has nothing to do with educating the audience that's watching. I don't want drug into it. I don't want it here. So he leaves in a huff. Then I see him on a panel. He's in a chat on another panel, and I jump into it because I'm invited. Kept getting invited into all these lives. I go in, and he's down in the chat mocking me. Now, where is Angry Archie? Thank you, Save the Wolves. He is over with Bree and Shenna, telling Gypsy he's going to buy a painting. How'd that happen? How did that happen? So then this legacy guy, everything is Babygate. We had Babygate. And you had the 3 women on the account that was going to blame Dreamer. Dreamer doesn't even understand that they're throwing her to the wolves, that they're using her and manipulating her. Dreamer has never understood that. Okay? I tried to warn Dreamer a year ago. Not anymore. I'm not warning any of... No. I don't have any empathy for it anymore because I see it's a machine. And it's not only is it a machine over here, and people are going, well, why would they do that? You know, are they being paid? It's not about being paid. But there has always been money thrown at Gypsy. From 2016 on, there's been big money thrown at Gypsy. You don't walk out of fucking prison worth over $1 million, 3 million, 5 million, however many millions she was worth. You don't walk out of prison worth that kind of money without a machine behind you that generated that money. Okay? So, what do you think? Come over to TikTok and all of this drama is just an accident? No, it's not. So you got the legacy guy. See, Bree and Shenna and them nobody was watching them. So they had to have they had to get out here to the audience. The audience was watching all of us. So they had to get over into our chats and on our panels. So they popped this legacy guy up. This legacy guy who has nothing to do with Gypsy whatsoever, wrote some kind of book, starts going on these panels and being rude to the women. So all the women jump on him and defend the other women. Because you put a bunch of women that hate each other in a group together and let one man come in there and call them a CUNT, every single one of those women is going to jump on that man. That's what Roger Stone did with Hillary Clinton. It's exactly what he did to get women to defend Hillary. Now, so Legacy comes in, he's being all mean and nasty to the women. All the women jump on him, including Shenna and Bree in the pro-Gypsy side. They're up on the panel, all attacking Legacy. What did that do? Gave them a common enemy. All fighting this Legacy guy. Then this Pretzi's involved in it. Somehow. I don't know. I didn't follow it. I don't give a shit. But this Pretzi pops up. She's problematic. But you still have the fights and the drama with her. Okay? Now we have a team Pretzi. And we have other people saying she's problematic. Okay? You're still arguing about these people. And they don't matter. They have nothing to do with Gypsy. Nothing. But we learned that Pretzi has something to do with Katie Cakes. And then, Katie Cakes runs over to Bree and Shenna and them. All right? And Katie Cakes does that the same day that she's on Becca's live. Becca gives her a whole live to discuss that. And then Katie Cakes jumps off of Becca and runs right to Shenna and Bree. That was to discredit Becca. Do you understand? Do you understand what all of this is? And you're playing around and giving Shenna and Bree and them credibility. You're still questioning. It's like, well, was that a fake fight? Yeah, probably. But who gives a shit? Who cares? It's manipulation. It's to distract or for your attention. It's a game. It's an operation. More than a game, it's an operation. And the reason it's an operation is because all these people are involved in continuing to lie, and they have since 2016. That prosecutor, the defense attorney, they can be held legally liable for what they did. Hulu, Lifetime, Dr. Phil, Dr. Oz. Dr. Phil and Dr. Oz connect to Oprah. Oprah's big money. All right? Every time that Gypsy pushes the lie about her mother, anytime that anyone pushes the Munchausen lie about her mother, here's what they're doing. They are slandering those doctors. They are saying that those doctors committed malpractice, that hospital allowed those doctors to commit malpractice, and they all committed insurance fraud. That's what they're saying. Every time the Munchausen defense is pushed in front of the public, that's what they're saying. Those doctors committed a crime. All right? That is slander. That's legal slander. So when Dr. Oz and Dr. Phil pushed the Munchausen defense, guess what they were doing? They were slandering those doctors. Any media outlet that gave her the ability and the platform to push the Munchausen lie was slandering those doctors. Do you think that there's not a machine that's protecting Gypsy to still protect this lie? Yeah, there is. And the same money that paid her in prison is behind this over here. Okay? So why don't we stop it? Why don't we stop? Why don't we stop playing her stupid game and get this information out onto the wide web where she doesn't want it, where it can make a difference, where it can get to the public and actually educate the public, and then let the public deal with Gypsy. What do you do? What do any of you do if someone lies about you? Hannah, you've been lied about over here. What do? You respond to that, right? You respond to it.
Look, I'm washing dishes. You said, what did I do?
Yes. Yeah.
When
You
they
respond to it, right?
when they lied on me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I've been watching my page lately. I have really been looking at what I'm exposed to. I'm not exposed to as much bullshit as the other ones are because I really do have my page on lock. Like the stuff that they are exposed to, I don't have that going on because I blocked a lot of the bullshit the first year. The first year, once I saw that she was a liar, I got out of there. But see, I know how to protect my mental health.
Right.
So I didn't.
But my point is, all of us over here, when somebody lies about us, we respond to it. When the public understands they were lied to, when the public sees that they were lied to and manipulated, they are going to respond. Just like we do. Okay? That's what I'm telling you. But Gypsy has kept us over here in the messiness. It kept us over here, and that has stopped us from getting it out onto the wide web where it belongs, where it can do some good, where it can be effective. The last thing Gypsy wants is you to link these FOIAs everywhere her name is mentioned on the internet. That's the last thing she wants. You're over here on TikTok talking to a niche audience. You're talking to a limited audience. The whole world's out there on the web. We're talking to a couple thousand people maybe that follow the Gypsy case over here. I'm going to say 1,000 because I have about 1,000 that follow me for my history and research, and I have 1,000 that follow me for Gypsy. 1,000 people. Do you know how many millions of people are out on the web that want this information? That don't use social media? We can use social media as effective advertising. We can use social media to keep up her ass. You know, the mocking her, that's effective. That bothers her. She doesn't like that. So you guys that are doing that over here, kudos. I follow all of you, and I'm just like, yeah, go for it. They're awesome. The ones that mock her and make fun of her.
Today I was up this morning and I was
Mm-hmm.
watching Barry in bed. And she
Mm-hmm.
played this audio that was so good. Really, what it was whoever it is, they have on a mask, they have their face mask. But what they did was they broke down what we were looking at with Gypsy. They broke down the incident with that girl, the other influencer. And what she said was
Oh,
that
Natalie,
yes,
Natalie.
yes. But
Okay.
what the lady said was that Natalie used Gypsy as that
Mm,
she knows she's hated,
mm-hmm.
but she compared herself to she put Gypsy in front and said, "See, I'm not this bad," and that's how she used Gypsy.
Weird.
Cause we're looking at her, she's like, I just got a lady to jump in the water. This girl killed her mom. And I was like, oh my God, that makes so much sense. Natalie
Yeah.
she diverted the traffic from herself.
I always thought that
Mm-hmm.
was an epic troll on Natalie's part. I just couldn't prove
Yeah.
how.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting because I wouldn't have thought of it that way. But that's exactly what she did.
Mm-hmm.
She traded
Yeah.
Gypsy. She said, y'all, look, see, I'm not that bad. This girl over here at her mom. I was like, oh my God, that's brilliant. Yeah, I give her
Mm-hmm.
kudos for that. Because I couldn't figure
Yeah.
out what was the game for her to have Gypsy
Mm-hmm.
to do something with Gypsy. She traded places
Right.
with Gypsy.
Yeah. Because you like the ones where they're holding hands and they're walking. I mean, and you can see a couple times where Natalie has an expression on her face. It's like, I can't stand this bitch.
Right.
I
And see,
One
mean,
of
and
my
she looked
but
they
she was doing it.
she
one of
looked
my
dumb. Like what?
So,
You're wearing flip flops with a prom dress. Where the hell do you go?
my my one friend, her little sister, would tell us that she would hang out with a bunch of ugly girls to make her look better. I was like, you little bitch, and I felt like that's what Natalie was doing to Gypsy.
Keys
I don't
says
know.
that Bree was talking about me on a live last night. They're always talking about me. Shanna thinks I'm obsessed with her, that I want to do pony play with her.
She
I do
says
I think
that.
not.
everyone's obsessed with her.
Hell no.
Okay. So, what were they saying, Keys? I can pretty much guess.
Whose live was it?
You know what?
Keish worked all night. So when I went to bed and got back up, she was still on at 6 o'clock this morning.
Mm. Oh,
No.
Save the Wolves. Is your husband listening to this? And I just said pony play.
Well, she's just gonna have a busy
Breeze.
night.
They were talking about Bree's Facebook page. Do you want to come up? Do you want to come up, Keys? You can come up if you want. Oh, was Bree pretending to be Mimi again? That's what she was doing. I went into her live one night, and she had a towel on her head, and she was pretending to be Mimi. And that's the live where she said, JFK Annie, JFK Annie. And then she said, JFK Annie has some sexy pictures on her TikTok. And I went, no, I don't.
Damn straight.
And I said, no. Well, yeah, I do. I said, no, I don't. I said, I don't post any pictures on my TikTok. And she goes, She goes, well, yeah, yeah, you do. And she kept referring to him. And I said, you've been over to my Facebook. And she goes, no, I haven't. I said, that's where my pictures are. And,
Yeah.
and she went back 10 years in my pictures. So I posted my pictures. And then the next day, somebody posted that JFK Annie's cult profile. And they had my picture of me over the motorcycle, and they had that picture of, but that was before I posted the pictures. So they only got them. They had to have gotten them off my Facebook. They posted
But
that
that was
picture, and then
supposed
they
to
posted the
deter
picture,
us.
right? And they posted the picture of my boobs, my Mardi Gras boobs, which I have had posted on Facebook for years,
I haven't seen that
back
one
in
yet.
2011.
I need to go look at
Well,
it.
yeah. The day I scrolled, I got suspended for scrolling for showing some of my pictures. But yeah, it's my full boobs covered in beads,
How do you
and
even
they
post
posted
like
that,
that
and
on Facebook? Like
I've
your
always
bare
posted
boobs?
shit on Facebook. You know,
There's no nip, so it's okay as long as
Oh, it
there's
was
no nip.
okay.
You're
Well, that's
yeah,
what I
fine.
thought you were saying.
yeah. It's just the full boob.
Well, I know over
The
on
nipples are
Instagram
covered.
people do like
So
full naked. Like what?
yeah,
I didn't know it was like that.
I've always used I've always used myself in art.
Bethy,
Always.
just assume
Yeah.
there's automatic consent.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead, B consents. Yeah.
I ain't
So,
never seen a bad titty shot. It's fine.
Save the wolves. If you're making, stuff about Dee Dee and Emily, send it to me, because I'm gonna start putting all this stuff up in the database, like the good stuff about TikTok. Now some of them have where I can download the videos that you make. Others don't have that capability. But so if I can download it off of TikTok, then with your permission, I put it over into the database. Yeah. Are you the one that's making the still pictures move like in a I just saw one today. Uh the picture where they have Dee Dee has her arm and she's holding Rod's ear. Yeah, that is well known. It was,
That's a
and
strange
she's like
photo.
pinching Rod's ear. Somebody took that picture and made it move, and they made Dee Dee and Rod kiss.
What?
Oh my God! I'm like, oh
Oh,
yeah,
man.
I liked it.
Man,
I'll
that
try to
AI
find it
stuff
again.
is crazy.
I know that AI stuff's really so. So, Keys, do you? I didn't see where you said what Bree was saying. Anyway, my hold on, my headphone just busted. Go ahead, talk amongst yourselves.
Talk and talk. I don't know what to talk about.
So much pressure.
What?
I think it's completely broken. Don't buy headphones off of Timu.
Yeah, TV. I don't know. Man, you guys ever bought anything off this TikTok shop? I'm kind
Yeah,
of scared.
I bought the cat hat. I'm gonna wear that some night. Um,
You never had no problems?
hmm. I bought. It hasn't come yet. I bought. I bought the lotion. It's like a lotion for nerve damage for my son's feet. He wasn't real impressed with it. And then I bought like this plunger thingy that's supposed to come, but it hasn't come yet.
Oh.
I just went out today. I just got sick of being in my pajamas, and
You
I
gotta
just
put
went
out
out, cut my
packets.
hair. So yeah. Well, if like I said, Keys said that they were talking about me. Um, you know, I'm just curious. If she's mimicking Mimi again, I believe that they're all working together.
Yeah,
I
Mimi
do.
I seen
At
earlier
this point, I do.
had posted a picture of Katie Cates, like a real photo of her, unedited. Did you happen to
Yeah.
see that?
Well, it's like, see, I don't care what the real Katie Cakes looks like. I don't care.
I don't need,
Once
but
I
it showed
understand
up.
where the, you know,
I'm trying to
but
find
see,
stuff
that's the
about her.
thing. We're all talking. Why are we? I don't even have to talk about Katie Cakes anymore. I
Yeah.
believe at this point, Katie Cakes came from Gypsy. She was always with Gypsy. Okay, and what she really wanted to get out is that Ryan is still obsessed with Gypsy because that's what Gypsy wants the public to believe. So she was a plant, but I also believe that Ryan is working with Gypsy. I do because we have to stop this. They're all continuing the lie about Dee Dee. Bottom line, anyone who is continuing to push the lie about Dee Dee is complicit. And that includes Mia. I'm tired of hearing this Mia's all nice and sweet and let's feel sorry for her. No, Mia continued the lie about Dee Dee. The only person that I would defend in that whole family is Dylan. Dylan has never been a part of it. Now I don't know if he's a part of it, if he's helping her now, if he's given her that space, if he's letting her use his baby, which I doubt.
Yeah, that's too weird.
You know exactly. But Dylan, to me, he stayed out of it,
Wait a minute.
and that says, did you want up here, Keys?
I guess. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I've never done this
Yes.
before, and I'm like so nervous. But I am at work because I work
Oh,
first
don't be
shift.
nervous.
But I would hate to
Yeah.
know. I mean, my first time up here, and I don't have my facts straight. But yeah, it was on. I think it was Sheeta's. It definitely wasn't Breeze because she's got me blocked. But they were talking about you would know heat. And then a girl was talking about how she got on your panel, and then you was real rude and said you. Anyway, you kicked her off because you couldn't pronounce her whatever she was called, a misacquaintance. Is that what it is? I'm not sure.
Yeah, that was probably Allison.
Okay, and then they were talking. Then Bree was talking about how you was scoping out her Facebook page and something about her Facebook page that related to someone else also.
Mm-mm.
So, but it was about
No, yeah, that was a long time ago, and that woman that was on my audience speaks channel that had something to do with Bree either stopped her or whatever. Bree has been attacking her. She came over to my audience speaks, and then she's over here now too, and something went on with Bree and everything, and I was sent the Facebook. That was like a year ago. I was sent the Facebook that Bree made about this woman, and I put it up on my audience speaks channel, and we talked about it because that woman was in my Poi. She comes over here, and so okay, I understand now because Keish was mentioning that I'm
and
involved with that woman or something, and
yeah, that sounds about right. It was about 9:30. I had just
mm-hmm,
gotten to work, and I have to spontaneous
mm-hmm.
random listen and everything.
No, I know,
And
I
then
know exactly what it is.
yeah, and then but Keish wasn't up there. But it, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's not funny, and I don't mean to laugh, but then again, it's funny because they were like, "Oh, that lady don't have no heat," and "Oh, I feel so sorry for her," and I was like, "If y'all only listened to her, y'all would know."
Oh,
So
I don't have no heat.
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
have no heat. Yeah, no,
right.
no.
They were, yeah, they were feeling so sorry for you. Yeah, But
Yeah.
thank you for
Yeah,
letting
you
me
know what they're
up.
trying to do? They're trying to, oh, she's poor. She doesn't have heat. She doesn't. No, I don't
Yeah.
have heat because I live in an old house and my basement flooded. I had water up to my hips. It took my furnace out. So they want like $10,000 to put a new furnace in, and it'll just happen again because the it comes from underground because there's trees and everything. Anyway, it's just going to keep flooding. I get flooding 3 times a year. So I have a sump pump that takes all the water out, but I can't really use the basement. And to put like an electric furnace or a risen furnace in, it's like $20,000, $30,000. I don't got that kind
Right.
of money. So I took the gas out of the house. I don't have gas anymore. I'm all electric. I have radiant heaters, and I have kerosene heaters. This house is, I have 2 months out of the year, 1 month where I have frigid temperatures. This year, I had 3 nights of below 1 degree. Okay, I can keep this room at 60 degrees with my radiant heater. When I've got 2 electric blankets that I'm cuddled in. I'm so warm I throw the blankets off. My son's room,
Right.
if I do the kerosene heater, that rises. My son's room stays at 70, 80 degrees in the wintertime. He's in his underwear 24/7 in the winter when it's 1 degree. I am not destitute and poor, and my daddy taught me how to survive. I grew up in Pennsylvania where we had no electric, snow up to our waist for a month at a
Right.
time. Okay, I know how to. I'm ready for a zombie apocalypse. So
Right.
they don't feel sorry for me. They're scared of me. Okay,
Exactly. Yeah,
they're
that's what
scared
I
of
thought
me.
too. That's what I thought too when I heard your
Yeah.
name being brought up. I said, "Oh, she's hit a
Mm-hmm.
nerve because they wouldn't be talking."
Yeah.
Yeah, they were talking
Oh,
smack, and
exactly.
then they were like, "Oh, she don't have no heat," and then they were trying to, make it sound like, But I wish I could
Yeah,
remember which
they
girl
feel
it
so
was.
sorry for me.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
but
Well,
yeah, the
all of the people that I've had interaction with over the last couple of years, Fancy, um, Sweet as Honey, Allison, okay, that I have challenged when they've been over on my panel, they've all gone over to Bree. Okay,
right,
so that's what I've been showing you for 2 years. This is an organized thing. Gypsy is running it, and Christy's also running it. There are content creators that are invested in this, and they are working with Christy or Gypsy. There's all kind of agendas in the background, and it's a machine. It's an operation, and there's money involved. There's been money involved since 2016 when she went into prison and all that money was thrown at her. How do you fucking think she walked out of prison worth $3 million?
right.
Hmm?
It's
How many
it's crazy.
prisoners walk out of prison worth $3 million?
It's
And she
just not
walked out of
right.
prison worth that money in those trust funds. Okay? That's because people were paying her. How long did Gypsy sell the story that she did an interview with Hulu, and she didn't get any money from Hulu? We learned from the prison emails that's a lie. They gave her $50,000 in a trust fund.
How does all that
But
equal
Gypsy
up
for
to three
years.
to 3 million? I don't see where she
Uh,
has $3 million.
I don't know. I don't know. I hate math. So I know she got paid from Mommy Dead and Dearest. She got paid from the Lifetime series. She got paid for the books. And there were 2 books. And she got paid from Hulu.
Yeah, I heard
Let me
something
think if
about
there was anything. Uh, uh,
was it a life insurance or
yeah,
something?
there was a. See, I don't know. I don't know anything about that. Remember, there was the prison email. There was Rod set up a Japanese interview for 10,000.
And there's
Yeah. See,
also the
I
fact
don't know
that
either.
they factor in potential earnings. So it's potential
Oh,
interviews, it's
okay.
potential offers for books, it's potentials. It's a potential net
You think
worth
those
more than anything.
podcasts paid her to come on? Like
Some
when
of
they
them
first got
probably
out,
didn't.
that
Uh,
wrestler.
I do not. I
what's his
don't know.
name?
She might have gotten paid for when she did that talk at that college or whatever. She might have gotten paid for that. Because at one point she
Oh
was signed
yeah,
up with some kind of thing for speaking engagements, but I don't know if she
and
still
Mike
is.
Stanfield went with
I
her.
think she
That
got
one.
$10,000 for that to go to that college.
No, wait, I
Okay.
remember
But
20,000
Yeah,
or
still,
I think I
something.
remember 10,000 from something, and that sounds about right.
All right, yeah.
Excuse me. Of course, I guess I'm telling the world my business, but I need to. I mean, I stay on, but I need to mute because I am at work and I'm over here like in a corner. And so, what do I need to
oh,
do?
Okay,
okay,
don't
Go
get in
okay.
trouble.
Sweetie,
You.
except I can drop you down
to?
if you want. You want to drop you down?
Yeah, yeah, I
Leave
guess to
her
that if I want to come
info.
back up a
Okay.
little bit, but yeah, I got to
Sure.
Okay.
get out of my
Yeah.
little corner. Hey, but thank you so
Yeah.
much, and I love
Thank
you.
you.
And
Okay.
okay,
Come
all
up
right, bye
come up
bye.
anytime, honey. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Bye bye.
Okay. I'm trying to find what she was talking about because it's in my old PDF section. I'll show you how long ago it was. That was with that Foy woman that's there in the. She lives near there, and she's always had an altercation with Bree. Some kind of ongoing thing with her, Bree, and her daughter. And she came on my Audience Speaks one night and was explaining how they were attacking her. So that's where I know her from. But it always turns into Annie's working with all these people. It's like I hire all of you. You're all my underlings doing my bidding, and I'm Svengali. You know,
I
Gotcha.
knew it.
I've got everything set. I've got all this stuff from all my shows. I've got here's the when I did with Hannah, I did the Deviant Art. November 2025, I did the Deviant Art, and that's all saved. See, I've got it all saved. I can bring. Here's my Dan Glidewell stuff. This is all in a secret Facebook account. There's Fancy Threatening Dawn, Gypsy Trolls, Dawn Continued. You know, I'm going way back.
Hey, what did Fancy
There's
threaten Dawn for?
oh, that was okay. When that thing was exposed, okay, the interaction with Dawn and Nick was 3 months, okay, like 3.5 months. Dawn tried to say like they had this relationship and they were ongoing boyfriend girlfriend. They weren't. Lasted 3 months. Nick found out that she was working with Fancy and he confronted her. So it kind of all blew apart, and Fancy tried to when it was exposed. Fancy tried to say it was all Dawn. She had nothing to do with it. The Dawn came to her because people started saying Fancy hired Dawn. You know, Dawn was this hooker or something, and Fancy hired her to do all of this. Well, Fancy denied that any of that happened. She denied that there was an infiltration group, and she claimed that Dawn came to her with these emails and tried to sell them and stuff like that. Hold on a sec. Okay. Here's some. I think these are out of order, but Dawn wants out basically, and it's Fancy says something. Nope, sorry, you signed a contract. Hold on. Here's how this is going to go. I will use every email you ever gave me, every text we ever had, every scam you ever ran. Don't try me, Dawn. I have it all. So I'd suggest that you don't put yourself in a position to just be collateral damage. You want to stay laying low, then do that, because nothing is going to stop me exposing every piece of this. So you choose how far that goes. Do you want me to post all the kitchen shit you scammed or the horrid shit that you said about your mom and brothers? Do you want me to prove just how deep you were in this? Because I can
Oh,
and I
send
will.
that to
You
me. I
choose.
need that. I need that. I'm gonna
Okay.
make that into a thing.
Okay.
Yeah, send it to me.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Do you want me to? I can and I will. You choose how far that exposure goes. You say you have a beautiful life now, and I hope that's true and you cherish that, because I've already seen comments where people are claiming to be you. So if it is, see, then these are like kind of broken up, so I don't have like the complete email. But then she says, okay, but it did seem like you were trying to manipulate him. That's fancy to Dawn to respond in a certain way. I'm glad you have a good life. No, you had me do that. Dawn is saying to Fancy, you had me do that. You told me to write him to get him to tell me things. I have the messages. And Fancy says, I absolutely did not, and you know it. And Dawn says, from you and Amanda, or man and bye, I'm not doing this with you. I asked for information, but I did not help at all in the emails you wrote. You did that in April, not in June. That is Fancy. Says, and Dawn says, you cannot use my personal email from Nick either, so please leave me alone. Stop harassing me. Something will get a harassment charge again. Oh, I will get a harassment charge against you. Oh, here's the first one. Okay, here's the first one. This is from Fancy to Dawn. Dawn, I need you to do me a solid. I need to know something. Did Gypsy and Christy get you to talk to Nick originally? And would you be willing to come out and do one interview with me telling everyone I had nothing to do with that? Dawn says, no, they didn't. No one asked me to talk to Nick. I did on my own. And then Fancy says, okay, because I felt bad for him, but I don't want anything to do with any of this. I have a great life now. Fancy says, okay, but it did seem like you were trying to manipulate him to respond in a certain way. So then, Fancy says, I'd love to see you in court. Bring it, babe. Yeah, those messages where Fancy's threatening Dawn, that's what was sent to me by these people that say that Dawn is with Natasha now, only trust Natasha, and they wanted me to publish those of Fancy threatening Dawn. And I did at one point. I read them in a live when I was going over the Gypsy stuff. See, here's what y'all need to understand. I save everything for a legal record. Everything. Everything I talk about, everything I mention, it's saved as a legal record. Here's Sweet as Honey saying that I linked to the people that did that about her brother. There's Sweet as Honey saying that I work for Christy Blanchard. And all of those people. Okay. It's all saved in here. So I know that Facebook thing that she's talking about is in here too. It was probably almost a year ago at this point. And it was, somebody posted it. That was back with Audience Speaks. One of my mods, I think, posted a Facebook thing that Bree had posted, and we discussed it on my live because, and I put it up on, I think, my old group. I posted it in my old group because we were discussing it. And back then, anytime I did a live, I would bring receipts. I would bring the emails I was talking about, or I would bring whatever. I would prepare for those lives. And we were going to talk about Bree's altercation with this woman. And, so Bree had just posted that on her Facebook. But I've not stalked her Facebook. I don't give a shit. Bree, you're really fucking boring. All of you are boring as fuck. Why the hell should I waste any time on your Facebook when I have a Facebook with 15 years filled with millions of posts that I'm in the process of pulling over and bringing over into blogs and things? I don't have time to stalk your boring ass Facebook. Okay? You've had this altercation with Poi for a long time. You know you have. You know you have. So you keep bringing it up because you keep going after Poi. You tried to do that when you all trolled me. Remember, Bree, when you came over here with the 9 million Gypsy account and you trolled me. Poi was down in my chat and you went after her. And I specifically said to you, Bree, don't you dare. Don't you dare go after Poi in my live. And you kept doing it. And I kept warning you. You want to watch that? Go over to YouTube because I posted it over there. I have evidence of you bringing the 9 million account over here and trolling me with everybody. Also in that live, by the way, is Aubrey Strawberry admitting that she created the Discord and that she runs it. The Discord that you're trying to run away from now. So, do I have to explain why I keep everything as a legal record? Do I? Do I have to explain that I'm a researcher and an archivist? What does an archivist do? Do you need a fucking dictionary? An archivist saves data. That's what they do. Attached to this name, JFK Annie, is 20 years of data stored in over 200 Facebook groups that are private that you can't even see. But a lot of those groups have gone to prosecutors and defense attorneys and committees and investigations. I can't help it that you're stupid. I can't help it that you didn't understand when I told you I'm a researcher and an archivist. That's what. Okay, Jackson Burkhart. Who are you that you want up? Tell me who you are and I'll consider letting you up. But I've got my women up here and I protect those women. I protect every woman in my chat. So I don't know you. I don't recognize you.
Haven't been in the chat either, so who are you?
Jackson Burkhart. Should I let him up? Come on, guys, vote.
Yeah.
That's a hard no on my part, but
Yeah.
I'm in the ass.
Oh yeah. Sure.
Okay, let's see who he is. If he even comes up.
Yeah.
Hello. How are we doing?
Okay.
Hey, Karen, but that's not Jackson.
No,
No, I invited Jackson.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, he was requesting. He's not. I don't see him anymore.
did we scare him away? That's so sad.
Can't be.
Yeah,
Oh,
because I'm so scary.
I've been
Look how
so
scary I
quiet
am.
too. What the
Very
hell?
aggressive.
well, when I hit to come join in your live, it had a thing to accept. So I just hit it and I came up.
Sounds good to me.
Well, this is my bedtime. I watch Annie until I go to sleep.
Yeah,
I
Everybody
know
watching
has
I bore
watching.
everybody to sleep.
oh, it's not boring.
No, your voice is peaceful.
I had to have something to listen to when I go to sleep, but I'm quite awake right now. So
Well, I have I was on my other account, my regular JFK Annie, and I got suspended. So I
shoot.
came over here. I've got probably another hour. So, you know, I don't, whatever you guys want to talk about. I was just on the other channel. I was discussing how we need to move on from, the crap over here, and we need to get the FOIAs out to the public onto the wide web. That's my whole thing now from here on in. We need to get this to the public that's not on TikTok.
Did
Because like what, yeah,
Into the Weeds, did they come out with another episode? Because I saw they were out
I
today
don't
and
know.
yesterday.
Yeah, I did. Into the Weeds came in my live the other night. And Audrey came over here. So, I don't know. I'm way behind on those videos, though. I just was watching one that I came across where she's talking about that she has the multiple personalities. And she's also saying, like, she's like saying, you do too. Like telling him what he has, you know? And that completely reminded me of Dawn Boker, because Dawn does that. She says, you know, I have these multiple personalities, and you do too, and they match yours. You know? That's exactly what
Huh.
Gypsy did.
I would love to see Lifetime do a remake of the all the truth that came out after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
That would
Right,
be
right.
nice.
Mm-hmm. Well, like I was talking about, uh, I was talking about the money machine that has always been behind Gypsy. And eventually they're going to be held accountable for that money that they gave her, because when money gets involved, truth goes out the window. So from the beginning, from 2017, the money behind the sale. Okay, think of it this way: the Munchausen defense. All that is lie. It's a lie built around Dee Dee. It's claims that Dee Dee did things that she did not do. We know that now. We know that based on this evidence. We know that if she had gone into court and sat on the stand, and she said the Munchausen defense depends on one thing: that the public believes Dee Dee controlled Gypsy in every way, right? That's why she could never run for help, because her mother controlled her. Her mother didn't let her have a computer. Her mother didn't let her have a phone. Her mother didn't let her out of her sight. That's a direct quote from Bree. Dee Dee never let Gypsy out of her sight. Well, look at all these videos where Gypsy's out of Dee Dee's sight. Okay? So if she had gone on the stand and said, my mother controlled me, she forced me to stay in the chair. She, you know, I didn't have any, I was isolated. I was kept away from my father. I was kept away from Christy. You know, I was completely controlled by my mother. All that prosecutor had to do was show these videos. Here, how's your mother controlling you here? All these hundreds of videos. Here's you logging into the computer 24/7. How did your mother miss you doing this shit? How did your mother miss you in FetLife in 2009? How did your mother miss all the naked pictures sent to the 35-year-old men in 2009, 2010? How did your mother miss you running off with Dan? How'd she miss that? All right. She had to have a story about the Dan incident, because people knew about the Dan incident, and that could come out. All right. David Blanchard knew about the Dan incident, but let's take that. So David Blanchard says that Dee Dee told him Gypsy ran off, had the relationship with Dan. How did David Blanchard think that Gypsy got to Dan if he still believes she was paralyzed? And he must believe she's paralyzed because he asks the cop, can she walk? Can she walk? Because I've carried her places. I've put her in things. He acts shocked that she can walk. Well, we know that they found her in a hotel room at VisionCon. They knew she could walk. You know, what did David think? That she wheeled her wheelchair to the cab? Because supposedly Dee Dee told him that she took a cab. Well, we know she didn't take a cab. We know that she walked to the friend's house, or the neighbor's house, or whatever, that didn't know her, and got a ride to the hospital, and then from the hospital went to Dan's house. And then the friends called Dee Dee and said, come get your daughter. All right, so that whole incident, David Blanchard throws Dan out of VisionCon. That's what he tells the cop. He threw Dan out of VisionCon because they don't tolerate PDF files. That means that David is telling the cop that Gypsy had a relationship with Dan. Dan's a PDF file because Gypsy's supposedly 15 in 2011. So why did David never report that relationship? That's okay that he just throws Dan out? He doesn't report Dan for having a relationship with a paraplegic 15-year-old that's mentally slow? Because that's what everybody at VisionCon believed. She was mentally slow and 15 years old.
Right.
So lots of people knew that. That's evidence right there that would have been used in court to show that the con was ongoing. And beyond that, from 2011, Gypsy knew how old she was. She can't claim she didn't. In 2011, she knew how old she was. So why did she continue to lie? She lies to Nick. She lies to Aaliyah. She lies to the interrogator. She knows how old she is.
What gets me though
So she,
is, whoops, sorry, go on.
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was watching this TikTok of, I don't know if her name's Dreamer. She's doing some crochet thing, but she sticks up for
Yeah.
whatever her name
Yeah.
is.
Dreamer Craft Corner. She's got a new channel now where she just wants to do her crafts.
Yeah, well, I was watching her and she was one of the clips and she was sitting there, uh, have a seat to whoever it was. Yes, Gypsy was abused, and yes, she this and this and this. And the first thing that comes to my mind is, what? You believe that because of what Gypsy said? Was you there back in those days? It's like
Mm-hmm.
they all believe in her, and it's like, was you there? You're only going by what she said,
Right.
and that's what gets
And
me.
you
Mm-hmm.
also have to go by what we now know of Dreamer and who she was as a mother.
Right.
And behavior she's willing to excuse. And we know a little bit more, so your little have a seat mustache video, that don't scare nobody. That not scaring nobody. Just stop.
Right. Well, like I said, a year ago when I was doing the Audience Speaks channel, I offered Dreamer a place to come because I told her, I said they threw you under the bus. When they threw you at Sir Morbid, they knew how you were going to act, and they did that because you looked crazy. And they're all connected. I believe they're all connected. I think all these content creators that Christy has been feeding, Gypsy's flying monkeys, they're all connected. And it's all a machine behind Gypsy. Christy had the agenda that she did. Gypsy had her own agenda. The money people had their own agenda. Melissa Moore thought Gypsy was gonna get out of prison, and then the Lifetime show was gonna happen, and then they were gonna coast. They were gonna all coast and make money off this. They didn't count on Gypsy going on the Val Files and doing what she did. When Gypsy went on the Val Files and said, "I don't identify as a murderer because I didn't do the act," that's when people started looking differently at her. Because they're like, well, you are a murderer. That's why we know you.
Right.
You murdered your mom and you claimed that you did it because to escape your mother because you were abused. Well, now we know that none of that is true. And so we know that had the prosecutor taken this into court, he could have easily dismantled that Munchausen defense. Because that's what these videos show. How can Gypsy say my mother controlled my every move when she's got hundreds of videos with her out of that wheelchair, her mom's nowhere to be seen?
Well,
So any of those hundreds of times where your mother was not in the room with you when you were making the naked videos, you could have walked out that damn door.
oh, her mother was protecting her when she found out she could walk.
Yeah. Oh, yes, I did, Lorinda. I did see that. Her video. Ash's video.
I did.
Mm-hmm. I just saw that today. This, I think, if I'm correct, that, what's her name? Ash? How do you say her? I don't know how you say her name.
It's
Ash Rance? Yeah. I think she used to be believe in Gypsy. And then when the FOIAs came out, she, changed her mind. Am I correct in that, or? Okay.
Yeah, no, it wasn't the 4 years. She was Ken. That's how Ken got banned, his account taken away. he was trolling her, and he got mad that she said whatever she said pissed Ken off enough to where he acted out so bad they took his TikTok.
You'll find them in 20 states, primarily in the Northeast.
No. But yeah, I just saw this. I saw
Yeah,
her.
there's a user in here.
Yeah.
Make sure they aren't whatchamacallit.
I'm
Oh,
watching.
okay. Well, like I said, my independent used to be under a user account, so now I don't see him. They might have jumped in and jumped out.
They're in here. It's a. I'm watching.
Yeah. Well, like I said, they can watch. They're gonna watch. They're gonna watch from the outside. You know, I can't stop it. And I can't stop it now because I'm saying things they don't want said. They've been watching me for over a year because I was the only one that said Sir Morbid's working with Christy Blanchard. And other content creators probably are too. And so that when this case studies popped up out of nowhere, I said Morbid's going to leave and he's going to turn his shit over to case studies.
I've heard of that
They're working
Morbid's
together.
name, but I've never seen him or know who
Mm-hmm.
he is. I've been hearing a lot about his
Yeah.
name.
You haven't missed much.
Don't waste your time.
Haven't
Don't
been
waste your
able to
time.
take
He's
it.
just, you know, he's horrendous. He's a chaos troll. And I believe that he was created and set up to discredit all the creators and to cause this dissension and this division and all the drama. Because that's what he did online. He's like, they're Howard Stern wannabes. They were all over in the Facebook Howard Stern group. And they're all known for, you know, stealing each other's content. They all stole. Morbid's known for stealing his shit off Reddit. He doesn't have any original content. He's not funny. He's Timu Howard Stern. And Howard Stern isn't even popular anymore. Howard Stern is like 20 years old. Nobody listens to him. He just lost, I think, his Sirius contract. You know, people move forward. People and people know when they're being given a load of shit. The public, the audience out here, which is that's what we all are, the audience. We know when we're being handed bullshit, and we don't take kindly to that. And that's what I say. When the public understands that in 2016, everything they were told about Dee Dee is a lie, and that there was a lot of money thrown behind Dr. Phil, Dr. Oz, all of them continued to lie, continued to make money off that lie, that public's going to be pissed. And that public is going to hold those people accountable. So we don't got to do shit. The one thing Gypsy has feared all this time is losing the public. So let's make that happen. Let's make that happen. And we've never had more ability to do that. Because what we have right now is the evidence that the prosecutor would have used in court to systematically dismantle that Munchausen defense. And she would have been convicted and gotten life in prison. Just like, what do you fucking think they used to convict Nick? They used this. Why was that prosecutor not going to call Gypsy to the stand for Nick's trial? She was the co-defendant. It's just standard to call the other person involved. She asked for the murder to happen. She paid for it. Nick could have had no money. He'd never left the state. He lived in that little room. He could have never gotten to her. She groomed him for almost 3 years. She lied to him. She made all these videos. His appeal stuff shows, the doctor shows, this is how she used the characters, and this is how him with his autism reacted to those. He was the protector. He believed every single one of those lived inside of her. And he believed that if he didn't do what he was told, they would take Gypsy away. Because that's what Demona tells him. Demona
Yeah.
says, if you don't do everything I tell you, if you displease me in any way, I will use the one card I have against you, and that's Gypsy. And then she comes right out and says, I'll kill her. And Nick believed Demona lived inside Gypsy and would kill her.
What does that
Okay?
mean? May I repost your comments in response to this topic?
Sticky Nicky, I don't know. May I repost your comments sent in response to this topic? Sticky Nicky, I don't know what are you talking about? I don't know who Sticky Nicky is.
They follow me. I know that.
Okay. What do you mean, Sticky Nicky? Repost what comments?
Why was she protected from?
From perjury when she I don't know. Denny, yes, she lied on the stand quite a few times. She lied to Dr. Phil. Why did Dr. Phil let her lie? Did Dr. Phil, who is known for doing background on everybody that's on his show, right? Because he wants those gotcha moments, right? He gives lie detector tests. So he has this person who admits, I'm a really good liar. My mom taught me how to lie. I can lie without any feeling. All right? Why is he giving her a lie detector test? Why did he not present to his audience any part of Nick's story? Or any
Well, he didn't.
counter to her bullshit?
He didn't know everything that we know now back then, though. So maybe that's why.
Yeah. Sticky Nicky, can you please answer what you mean by reposting my comments? Nobody has permission to record my lives or stream them. So don't dare do that. I'll get your channel taken down. And I mean taken down. I'll pursue anything of that legally if you stream my channels. And that under the new guidelines, you're not allowed to do that on YouTube or on TikTok. So I know there's that channel over there that's doing it. Doesn't make it legal or right. I own my content, and I will legally protect my content, and I will legally protect anybody over here on my channel. Yes, I did, Denny. I just saw that on my YouTube where they were talking about all the just horrible stuff he did to the people on his show. Okay. Oh, your mother, okay. All right, yeah. Yes, I thought you were talking about something over here, and I didn't know what you meant. Yes, you can copy or whatever. If I comment on one of your videos or one of your posts or whatever, yes, you own that. Take it wherever you want. I don't have any control over that. In fact, I want that shared. Because usually when I comment, it's because I think something you've posted is important, and I want to draw attention to something in that. So yeah, anytime I comment, share that. I just don't want people recording my lives and stuff, and because I know what Gypsy's people are doing. Okay, I'll have to maybe send it to me because I don't remember what it was, and I can like it or share it, or I'm usually too when I comment I repost. Was it on this account or my regular? I think I was on my regular JFK Annie account. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, we're talking about like the flying monkeys, and they are like okay. I was on my backup. Okay. the flying monkeys are coming undone, and because Gypsy has abandoned them, and they know that they're legally liable now for all the dirty work they did for the past 2 years. So they don't know what to do. And Gypsy's not been back, you know. And the whole draw to their pages was when Gypsy came on. And Gypsy has not been over here since the prison emails. The only place she was is over on their channels and on their lives. So people have noticed that Gypsy has totally just distanced herself from Bree and the rest of them. Okay, Gypsy, here's some advice, because you're pretty stupid. We're following everything you do. You want us to, right? You want us to watch you. You want us to post about your shit. You want us to repost you. Well, we're doing that, but you don't like the way we're doing it. You don't like that we're exposing that you don't have access to that baby. Because if you had access to that baby, we would be seeing you doing something with that baby every day. But it's like you have her for visitation. You have that baby to go on like vacations. We're noticing that when you went to Alaska, you left that baby with pretty much a virtual stranger. How did you meet these women? You went to a book thing, a book signing, and you know that much about, you're so afraid that your baby's going to be kidnapped, so you're going to keep your baby out of, the public eye, but you leave that baby with a virtual stranger? Huh? Who is this person? Why did you not leave the baby with Christy and Rod? By the way, where are Christy and Rod? We're seeing Christy now, and she looks like she's, Stockholm Syndrome. She looks like she's been kidnapped. Do you really think we don't understand that you hate Christy with every fiber of your being? Do you think we don't get that? Do you think we didn't read the prison emails with you and your dad, where you're talking about the affairs behind her back? Oops. Where you're saying, okay, Laurie S., you want up? Okay. Where you're saying that, talking about the affairs, where you're saying that Christy needs to get with the program and that Rod's not attracted to her because she's fat. You think we didn't read those? You didn't think we didn't read all the emails that chased your ass off of TikTok? Because we did. We read about you saying that Ken was gay and probably has AIDS. We read you telling that strange guy that Ryan did the thing with the child in the room, and then you gave that guy Ryan's address. We read that. We read Ryan begging you, to take him back and still talk to him. We followed this for years. I personally have followed the fetish material that has always exposed you.
Hey, ladies.
Oh, you
Hey,
are?
Hannah.
You're going to...
Hi, Laura.
Hi.
Hey.
Annie, did
Hi,
you?
I do
everybody.
think... Hi. I think I think that Bree's arrest did play a part. Not only just the arrest, which was bad enough, but Bree bringing Gypsy into it by saying she was an advocate, and then Bree calling Christy to the scene. So yeah, they had to distance from that.
Oh, you saying that Bree and Gypsy don't talk no more?
I think Bree or Gypsy has pretty much abandoned them. She has not been over on their lives. She started doing videos with that Carol Rocky and her wife. And then she did the Natalie thing. Now she's back to Carol Rocky. But then she did one day of that, and then she went on vacation or whatever again, girls trip with Christy and the baby.
Well, how do you have a supposed best friend that you know is going through fertility issues, and then you post a blatant April Fool's pregnancy.
Right.
Fucked up.
Right.
And
Well,
I'm
didn't Kel Rocky and the other lady, I saw where they did I don't know if it was live, but I watched it. They were on the hunt to find Ken. These were just
Yeah. I think that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
two
I think that was
randoms.
before they even met.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they're saying, we don't know Gypsy, we don't know Ken, but we're gonna find them, and they did. And then she makes the connection with them, and like you said, leaves that baby with them.
Mm-hmm. Yes. It's like it's weird. It's just very weird. And
Everything.
the whole time for 2 years, I have said, well, since she got off on parole, because since she got off on parole, she doesn't have any restrictions. She can live anywhere. She can travel anywhere. Um, you know, and so we should be seeing her daily life. We should see if okay, imagine this. You guys are going to do a podcast. You're going to do a podcast about your life. What would you do every day? What would your content be? What would your content would be, okay, I'm waking up. This is what I chose to wear. This is my breakfast. This is my putting on my makeup. Like Hannah does every day. She gets up, she does her makeup, she talks to us, she goes off on her job. You'd see that every day. We're not seeing that with Gypsy. We're not seeing her feed the baby, dress the baby. And she can't say, I don't want my baby on screen because she's putting her baby all over the place. They've already showed the baby's face. They had the whole Babygate fiasco where Christy gave the pictures of the baby to Case Studies and Morbid and Natasha. So don't tell me you don't want to show that baby, because every picture of that baby came off Christy's fucking phone. All right?
Well, that's when
Don't
I
tell
did.
me,
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
yeah.
That's when I
No,
did
go
this.
ahead.
That's when I did the side. When Kay said that Christy sent him pictures of the baby, and then you got Morbid
Mm-hmm.
admitting he's got Christy's cell number. So I mean, it's pretty clear that they've got connections with her.
Yeah.
Right. So don't tell me you're not working with them. Don't tell me you're not posting what they want you to post, because they've always done that. When Fancy worked with them back in, 2018, 2019, that Fancy posted what they wanted. When Without a Crystal Ball posted what they wanted. When Fancy supposedly broke up with Gypsy and Christy and the family, and then they started this Nick filtration thing, and then who posted Without a Crystal Ball? Posted that they broke up. They no longer talk with Fancy. Then Gypsy goes to Natasha Cooper, and she says, I don't work with Fancy anymore. Post this in your Facebook group for me. And Natasha Cooper does. They have always connected. They've always worked together, and they still are. And it's all a machine. And it started long ago. It started when Natasha Cooper and them were in the Chris Watts shit, and Christy was writing to Chris Watts' sister. That's when the connections all began. Okay, Denny says he saw a case post where he said that Gypsy uses other people's babies. Okay, fine. Yes, that old as shit,
Yeah.
66, the Kraken, is posting a lot of interesting stuff. So
Yeah.
follow her. Okay,
So,
yeah.
so if Gypsy does not have custody of the baby, there may be some.
I, that's what I believe. She
Yeah.
doesn't.
Well, there could be some stipulations that she can't show the baby's face. I know the relatives of mine, they adopted a baby, and up to a year they could not post pictures, online. So I'm just wondering if she does not have custody, if she can even, because she's just posting, you don't see the baby's face.
Okay, see, yeah, that's what I was, because Sticky Nicky just said. If that baby's in foster care, they cannot show their baby's face. No one can, even the mother. But they've already shown the face. What's his
Ken,
head?
Ken did.
Can show the face. They showed the baby's face at that Mardi Gras thing when the baby was in the playpen. You could see her whole face. A little side profile, but you can see the whole face.
When I was a foster carer, when Richard and we had 3 siblings, and very, very, very strict ruling with regard to the privacy of the children. We weren't allowed to put photos anywhere, and we even had to get permission for when the school photos were taken. It had to go through the department to get permission for them to be in the class photos. That's in Australia. I don't know if it's like that over there, but Annie, can I just say something? I love seeing you without your hat on. I love seeing your hair. She looks
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, she
Mm.
does.
Well, I'm going to color it purple, I think. I'm going to get the
Oh
gumption up to color
boy.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either all silver or purple.
Go purple.
I say purple
Yeah.
too.
Hmm.
And I hope,
Yeah, I think I'll do that one more time. I'll color my hair one more time before my grandbaby comes.
yes.
Because
And just
I don't
quickly, I
want to
just,
be the weird grandma.
Yes, you do.
Oh, I say go for it.
Yeah.
but I just wanted to say hello, everybody, and I'm sorry I keep missing you and I keep getting down rabbit holes and goodness knows what. Um, but I do love you all, and I hope you're all okay.
Yeah, we love you, Paul. I'm glad
Yeah,
you're
we've been
here.
fine.
Well, ragamuffin now. Excuse me.
I think I'm going to have to go back to my plum name because I don't know, ragamuffin. I don't know. I know me as plum, so
You can change it up a little bit, add something to it.
I changed. Once they get a hold of
oh
you and they know you're a local, they will not keep you on this app. They
oh
come at you hard.
Yeah.
they're not interested in me. Although I did get, well, it was probably my own silly ignorance when it comes to the internet, but I've had these dick pics
No, I'm
flowing
sorry.
through. Oh, well, the first one I thought was a piece of fruit. And I thought, oh, I wonder what that is. And shows how much I get. And anyway, and yes, and I don't know whether I've got myself into some sort of mess anyway. So I think I'll go back to Plum because I thought I was being clever, snooping, and all it's done for me is get me so totally confused.
No,
Um,
it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you do. They're still going to send those pics to you. Like, you can't escape those.
really,
Right.
Yeah,
oh,
no, it won't matter.
anyway, sorry, I just had to say that. Excuse me.
Hmm. No, this is winding. As far as Gypsy goes, it's winding down because You know, we have everything we need to finally finish her. And I can't stress that enough, because she should never have been offered that plea deal. And that's what this evidence shows. So there has to have been some kind of corruption with that prosecutor, because these FOIAs, this evidence, which he had and was going to take into court, they proved that that Dee Dee did not control her. That she didn't.
Yeah.
Because, all right, all these videos with her naked and stuff, and all the Facebook posts, and running off with Dan, and everything. Okay, this Dee Dee was doing a piss poor job of controlling.
Yeah.
I mean,
The tail was
every
wagging the
bit of it.
dog. As my dad would say, the tail was
Right.
wagging the dog for a lot of years there. As soon as she got stronger
Yes.
and her mother was weaker, she took over completely.
From
She was running that
from
house. She was
2011.
writing those letters. I did tell you I
Yep.
met her tutor. Did I tell you I met her tutor? She had a
No.
tutor for at least, this lady worked with her for 2 years. She said she was impossible to work with. She would ask her questions that she looked up the answers for, like random trivia. And when the tutor couldn't answer it, she'd tell her mom, see, the tutors are dumber than me. And Dee Dee always sided with her.
Well,
That sounds about
and that's
accurate.
really interesting. That's really interesting,
She had
Nikki, because
tutors.
they're bringing back the implication that she had no education.
That's not true.
I just saw that on the podcast that Becca was doing, and on another one, someone came and said she had no education.
No, and you know what?
Right.
For her time, Dee Dee was very advanced with computers. They had many computers. Dee Dee was photoshopping pictures years and years ago in the 90s and writing copy for it.
That's right.
So
Yeah, that's
Gypsy
right.
is well educated with computer and statistics. She won't spell right. She didn't do anything she didn't want to do. So there you have the tail wagging the dog.
Well, that's what
And that's before they went to Missouri. That's when they were still in Louisiana. She said she took her through the 6th grade, and then she was happy to be reassigned.
I bet.
Okay. I need to address someone down in chat. V, do you think I don't remember you? Do you think I am stupid?
I thought we got rid of that one, but wasn't sure.
No, this is a different one. This is that was VEEVEE.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
someone that came with Britain. This one is from Audience Speaks.
I just want to
She
go
must
to
think I
that.
don't remember her.
I want to go to that court hearing. I want to see. I think it'll be postponed, but I don't think she's going to show up. She has 4 warrants already for no showing up for traffic court. I wonder if she's going to show up for rug court. Rug court's way stricter here than traffic court.
Yeah, to me, it's a 50-50.
That's why I'm going, because I don't want to hear the BS that there wasn't a court date or whatever. I want to know what's happening.
Yeah.
Since I'm local, I might as well.
Who are you talking
You
about?
think?
I'm talking about Gypsy's ex-best friend and dealer, Brianna Hines.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
And that's not docking someone who's already put her information up on the screens.
Yeah.
Do you know when she's supposed to go back to court?
Wednesday morning, first call 7:30 for rug court, excuse me.
Okay. All of you that used to be in Audience Speaks,
Yeah.
you're going to have to remember that I don't forget anything. And I keep track of everything.
I love your pearls. Oh, I just noticed them. They're awesome.
And I know who you joined with after I ended that. All right?
I
I
remember.
know who went off with Sweet. I know who went off. Who is Audience Speaks? Please. I have the fucking messages backstage. Plum was there.
Yep.
Jesus
Well,
fucking
I'm going to
Christ.
bed. I just wanted to say
Okay.
hey and ask permission to post that. I appreciate your time, Annie, very much.
Thanks for coming.
Okay. V,
Have a
are
good
you going to
one.
tell me you don't remember?
Have a good
You don't
one.
remember Sweet
Bye,
as Honey
Sticky.
or Who of Whoville? You don't remember Who of Whoville? You don't remember the conversation with Who of Whoville, with where they were talking, her and the other two nurses were talking about the prescription pad. Hmm? You don't remember that? You don't remember defending them? No, you're not coming up here, V.
Things like that
No.
just don't go away, V. I remember that with Annie, with Audience Speaks. So
I am not confusing you with anyone, V. I am not stupid. I collect everything I do online for a legal goddamn record. Okay, whatever. Shall I post the messages that we had backstage? Shall I post those? V, you were up on panel when I had that. You defended those three women that were talking about the prescription pad. Okay? One of them was Who of Whoville, who moved on afterwards and joined Sweet as Honey. Sweet as Honey, who claims that I threatened her, I stalk her, that I sent Hocus Pocus after her. Yeah, I'm confused. I'm the confused one. Just because you claim to be whatever, or you're all having suddenly amnesia now. V, stop it. I am serious. Fucking Jesus, goddamn, fucking Christ.
Okay, you want me to mute or do you want me to block?
No, I'm gonna shove it up all their asses.
oh, I love this, Annie.
That's why I let it go. I'm learning.
Okay, my battery is dead, so I can't do this right now. My battery is dead. My battery is dead, but just understand. I fucking have it all. I fucking saved every single goddamn bit of it. Hold on a second. That's the public one.
Hannah, do you know who she is? She said she came in because Hannah was here.
Hang on a
Hannah
second.
might be asleep.
My battery's dying, so I have to get off here in a minute, but fucking see that? See that? It's one of them. That's one. One of hundreds of groups where I save everything. See? TikTok drama. Fancy bio. Everything I'm going to talk about. Everything I'm going to write about. Everything. Saved in here. Got it? Shit I do on ChatGTP. All my trolls. Everything that I'm going to talk about. I've got hundreds of these groups. I save every single goddamn thing I post. I save every interaction with anybody I've ever had. Why do I do this? Because I am legally responsible for my lives. I am legally responsible for every group I create, everything I do online. If I have a YouTube channel, if I have a TikTok account, I'm legally responsible for that. Any interaction on here, I keep track of. You're going to tell me now that you don't remember Who of Whoville and everything that went down with Fancy and Sweetest Honey? You're going to tell me that I don't know why all of you are leaking back here now? That Fancy was handling me over there when she was running my panels? And Sweetest Honey? And then they run over to Bree? You think I don't know what's fucking going on? V, you're not going to win this. You want to come at me and play stupid? You're not going to win this. I have left it all alone. I have ignored all of you. I gave that channel to them, to my mods, and I came over here and built this. Now you're all coming back. When everything I said has come to pass. I said Fancy's dirty. I said Morbid's dirty. I said these content creators are still working with Gypsy. I said they're trying to use all of your panels. They're trying to infiltrate and do this. Now you fucking have amnesia? And you forget? Oh, Jesus Christ.
You don't know Morbid? You've got to be kidding me.
Don't know who Morbid is either.
You don't want to know.
Do you remember V up on my panel?
Yes, plain as
Soft-spoken
day.
V? Okay. All right.
And if I had any grey area about that, if I wasn't sure, I would say, I think so. But I do remember. And
And
we had a backstage chat where all of the mods were in it. Plum was in it, Mama was in it, Lollipop was in it, and you were in it. And Mother Moon was in it. Don't remember now? Super confused. Yeah, a lot of you are super confused. Fancy was super confused about her accusations against Audrey, too, but did that stop her? No. Sir Morbid's confused about his goddamn past. Did that stop any of them from doing what they did? Sweetest Honey's confused, too. That I have FBI people that are stalking all of you, that I'm obsessed with her, that I threaten her, that I sent Hocus Pocus. Hocus Pocus worked with me, and I sent Hocus Pocus to threaten her. Tired of the bullshit and the lies. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of lies being spread about me. I will go over the lies that were spread about me in the JFK shit from Judith Very Baker and how I dealt with that. You people are amateurs. You're fucking amateurs. No, I'm not letting you speak. Because I know where you've been. And that's what I'm showing these people, how you assholes that have been working with Gypsy all this time and Bree and them, you want over here. You want up on our panels to continue this shit. I do not have you confused. Plum is the one person I brought from Audience Speaks. Because it's the one person that I knew I could trust. And she remembers you.
And Fee, I wouldn't say I remember you if I didn't remember you. It's fact. So I don't understand why you're being all vague about it. Uh, like, what's the underlying thing?
Well, who of Whoville did the same thing.
Exactly.
When I confronted her, I confronted who of Whoville, and she said, "I don't remember anything about that. I don't remember that."
There's no
Well, I've got the
accountability.
done. I've got the backstage shit where we explained why we blocked who of Whoville,
Yeah.
because she kept. We thought she was recording the lives because there was always an echo,
Yeah.
and we thought that she was dirty. Eventually, she was trying to take over the lives. And then Who of Whoville moves on to join Sweet as Honey and say that I work with Christy Blanchard.
And while that was going on, Sweet as Honey was pretending to be your friend and all hurt and everything while she's running back to the, I don't know,
Yeah.
the
Okay.
minions.
All right. Everybody, do you see it? Do you see the machine? Do you see it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, long time ago.
Okay. Now, why are you all coming back? Are you playing defense? Why are you all coming back?
I think it's possibly because they are wanting, they know something is big brewing and you're the only one that's got the facts.
And I'm the only one who, from the beginning, for 2 years ago, was
Yeah,
saying all these people were dirty.
that's right.
And now
So,
you're seeing that they're dirty.
so they've gone on the merry-go-round and
Mm-hmm.
of all the mistruths and oh the fighting and the he said she said and all of that rubbish. And now they
See,
know.
you were on my lives. You were on the lives when I was Audience Speaks.
Yeah,
It's
And
funny
then
how
I
this has
blocked you.
changed. It's funny how this has changed from I don't know what you're talking about, that was never me, to now maybe 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Funny.
Yes,
Haha.
I blocked you. You're on my backup account. I blocked you off of JFK Annie. Okay, Nikki Ragu. Glad you got your tinfoil hat on. Anytime I hear that statement, it piques my interest. Are you saying I'm the conspiracy theorist? You were in the backstage chat. It wasn't a group. It was a backstage chat that Mama let you in because Mama kept letting all kind of people in, and we kept saying, "Hey, I don't know those people."
That's what I'm saying, Pinky.
I remember exactly who she was because she was very soft spoken. She had a lot of information, and so we invited her into the lives continually.
Dude, just
And
say
then
block or mute and I'll do it. I'm just waiting.
no, and then no, because I want them to expose themselves because
I
they're all
know,
coming
and that's
back
why
now.
I'm letting this go.
And see, I let it go. I ended Audience Speaks because I didn't trust my mods anymore. And the reason I didn't trust my mods anymore is because they told Keish was doing a live where she was saying that I was Fancy's girl, that I was working for Fancy. And so my mods took me over there. My mods went over there and said, "Well, we'll bring Annie over here." And so I said, "I don't want to go on people's lives." So I went over and Keish wanted me to come up. Keish said, "Come up, Jib, come up." And I said, "No, I'm not coming up on your panel because I know the game. I know that game." So Keish, I stayed down in chat and Keish started asking me about Morbid and shit. And I said, I always said what I've said about morbid. Okay. From the very beginning, I've said that. That's why they've been monitoring me. That's why they had to deal with me, because I exposed him years ago. Now, so I went over there, and Keish starts talking to me, challenging me on Fancy. I explain I don't work for Fancy or with Fancy. At the time, I was defending Fancy, or I had been defending Fancy until she did the Dawn Boker shit. Okay. Then I'm sitting over there, and Starlight pops in. It was an ambush. Starlight pops in and right away calls me a conspiracy theorist. I'm a conspiracy theorist because I was saying shit about morbid. All right, so that's how my first introduction to Keish and Starlight. And then when they couldn't discredit me, they start calling me a hidden treasure. They try to cultivate me. Can't cultivate me either. Okay, they've always been Morbid's protectors. Always. Now you all see where Morbid has gone and what he's done. Now, then I blocked a bunch of people. I block Fancy. I expose Fancy. I say Fancy's gatekeeping the Dawn Boker shit. So Sweet as Honey starts having Fancy on her panel. They try having me over there on and where Fancy calls me a liar. Fancy calls me a bully.
She's
Fancy is
having
Sweet
an
as Honey's mod.
epiphany in chat. She's having an epiphany. It's all coming back to her now. Celine Dion style. It's all coming back to
No,
her.
I was not best friends with Mama. I was friends with him, I thought. I was friends with him. All
We
right.
all thought
Until
that.
until Sweet as Honey did what she did. And then Sweet as Honey went off and claimed that I sent Hocus Pocus after her, that Hocus Pocus worked for me. Hocus Pocus was the woman who faked her pregnancy, said that she was pregnant and lost the baby because Bree and them were bullying her. Sweet as Honey claimed that Gypsy and the cult were bullying her and threatening her life. And then Sweet as Honey goes over to Bree. And then Sweet as Honey goes and says that I work for the Blanchards and that I'm threatening her. So when Sweet as Honey did the Hocus Pocus shit, my mods went over. Sweet as Honey was doing a live. My mods wanted me to go over, kept trying to get me to go over to Sweet as Honey so she could explain. I would not go over there because it was going to be another ambush. Okay, that was prior to Sweet as Honey going over to Bree. And then this is when Sweet as Honey, and Fancy were together and they wanted to ambush me again. I told my mods, I said, no. My mods left my live and went over to her live. I said, you abandoned my live, so my audience saw you leave my live and go over there and try to get me to go to her live.
Wow, that's super fucked up, man. I can't believe people did that to you. What the hell?
Well, either way, I
I'm
mean, you
done
gotta.
with this, V.
There's
I am
atonement for
done.
people who associate with you.
I have every bit of it cataloged. I have the chats backstage. I saved it all. Just because I ended the channel does not mean I did not legally protect myself. I knew you'd all be back. I knew that when everything was exposed and all the people that I said and talked about back then were exposed and out in the open, I knew every fucking one of you would be back. I knew that.
You should just block me. Block them.
Because I
I'm letting
planned
it go.
this. Do you see it? Do you all see it? Do you see the machine behind what I'm talking about? Do you fucking see it?
Yeah.
How they have gone into all these content creators and cultivated them to handle them. So keep coming. Keep coming. And I'll catalog every single one of you. And yeah, my teeth are slipping. So go make fun of that.
Okay, and yeah, Plum, you see me. You see me trying to go. Okay, just let me know when I need to hit block or mute. I'm trying, so when she gets bananas, it
I
doesn't.
know. I want them to.
Yeah.
I want them to show their ass so that people see. Okay, I want them to show their ass. Now, Lorinda, no, Lorinda, this is not Key. I know this woman's voice. That's not Key.
Key
Yeah,
was up
last you
here.
talked to me, I was sweet. Oh God, fucking look at this shit. Last I talked to you, you were sweet. I'm not sweet anymore.
Yeah, me too. There's a
I'm
lot of people that
Me
were
I'm
three.
still the
talking to me. I
same.
was sweet. Shit
I'm the
changes.
same. No, that's not. No, it's not karaoke. I know the voice. You know, I'm still sweet. I'm sweet to the
I'm not.
people that deserve my sweetness. Okay?
Why is it, V, that um, you honestly don't know everybody that Annie is mentioning, but you can remember that you told Annie that you were in legal, and like, what is it? You don't know? You do know?
Thank you, Plum. Thank you, Plum. It's
Yeah,
obvious. It's right there.
it's just stupid.
Yep.
There
Mm-hmm.
you go.
Y'all think because you block me or whatever that I can't see lives that you're in where you're talking about me? You really think? I mean, KP, you think people don't send me shit where you're
How about
talking
I
about
don't
me?
give a shit? This is boring as hell. Like, what?
Yeah,
You look stupid. Just stop.
Yeah.
yeah. So, I suspected a long time ago that you were something different than you were presenting. Now I know I was right.
They
See,
always
look,
show them
I know.
things.
Look, this is a classic troll. I think Annie has me confused. I'm confused. She's confused.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everyone's
you know what I've
confused
never
but
confused?
you.
You know what I've never confused? When I'm being trolled, when I'm being manipulated. I've never confused that. Do you know how many Facebook PMs I have with Roger Stone's little boys telling me I have them confused? I have them confused with someone else. I'm mistaken. Do you want to see that? That's why I save everything. Because I know you'll be back. I know every single fucking one of you are going to have to deal with something I've said that's been proven correct. And I know that I'm going to have to legally show and validate what I'm talking about. So, a few months back, I was in a live with Who of Whoville up on the panel. I confronted her about what her and her two nurse friends said about the prescription pad in my live. That Christy there were two prescription pads, and Christy uh, had them in a manila envelope at a gas station. Some big, long bullshit story about the prescription pads. That's when we blocked them and got them out. They were all three nurses, and VU vouched for them. Okay? And I said that's disinformation that they're spreading about and then the one nurse that said she can't talk further about it because she has a security clearance. I've got all that. I've got background on all that. No, I'm not letting her up, Mama Kay. That's what they want. They want up so they can disrupt and control the narrative, and I'm not going to let them do that. They can sit down there and chat and be confronted and show their ass. I'm not confused. I'm not confused about a damn thing. You know why? Because for 20 years, I've had a professional political operator after me. I don't have the luxury of being confused. I don't have the luxury of making mistakes. So I don't. My battery is dead. Now, I'm angry. but I'm not unfocused. I knew every single one of you would be back here. And now that just confirms for me that I was being handled back then when they were trying to control my life, when Fancy was trying to control my life. That's why they cultivated me from that Facebook group. I was cultivated from that Facebook group to come over to Mama's group and post over there. And then I made the lives over here. V, blow it out my ass. Okay? Blow it out your ass. You just come in here and were deceptive. And everybody saw it. Everyone saw it. Everyone over here that I have talked about knows who the fuck I am. The name JFK Annie is pretty, unique. They know who I am. Mama Kay, I'll do what I want in my life. If I want to waste my own time, I can do that.
That's what I'm trying to explain.
I choose the lesson. Thank you for putting it that way. The lesson is over. My battery is dead. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm not going to block V if she comes back, but what I am going to do is gather up the chat. Okay? So, why don't you go get Lollipop and Mama? Go get them. We can all have a little picnic. Reunion. I am not confused. I'm not one bit confused. Not one bit confused. Not about any of you. Not about My Little Pony, who came over here and was following my research for years, right? And then where she went. Not one bit confused. Not about any of you. I understand why you had to follow me. Because 2 years ago, I said, there's content creators working with Christy Blanchard, and they're created to specifically discredit the other content creators and cause chaos so that the audience goes away. That's why I made the group Audience Speaks, to move away from the drama and educate the audience, to form a community of people that wanted to educate the public, that wanted to talk about this case, but other things. Wanted to talk about autism, wanted to talk about our lives. And that's where I met Plum. And we have become close friends. Why? Because she's honest. She's had the courage to show me her heart. You fucking assholes hide behind avatars and fake accounts. And
I think she went dead.
Oh, there
okay,
she
I
is.
almost thought I got suspended. Okay. I'm the one who agreed with you about that. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. I'm like fucking no truth talk. I'm not letting anybody else up. All right. Here's the thing. All right. I don't trust any of you from that old channel. I don't trust any of you. Understand that. I trust Plum. I trust Plum. I don't trust any of you. And Plum remembers it all too. So you're all going to come back here now and pretend like it was something different than it was. And every time you do that, it'll give me the opportunity to show everybody exactly what it was. Exactly why Gypsy mocked those creators that she did, including Sweet as Honey, so that everybody would go over to her page and find out who she was. And then Sweet as Honey calls all of us bullies and goes over to Bree.
TikTok has a question for you.
Okay? Oh, yes, Truth Talk. Yes. Well, I had to reboot the whole phone. So, uh, you know, I haven't been able to get all of my accounts on it yet, but yes, thank you. I just had to reboot to factory settings. Okay, this phone is dead. I'll come back tomorrow night and continue this conversation, but I'm tired of this. And we need to deal with Gypsy. Okay?
Yeah.
We need to deal with Gypsy. But this is just showing you more distraction. And it goes back, this is a year ago that they're coming back. They're coming back now. I don't know. What is it? To make me look crazy? What is it? What's the attempt? Because nothing's going to fucking work. Nothing's going to work. What I
Yeah,
said
they're
about
not
Morbid
really good
2
at
years
it.
ago is true. What I said about all of them is true. Christy has been feeding them information. That is working with Christy. I don't care about their motivations. I said I think it was to discredit the content creators, and that's what Morbid's doing right now. He
But
is
you know what, Annie?
discrediting the Foyas.
Do you
I
want to
did
deal
my
with this comment from Mama Kay? I don't know how you feel about her, the way she talks to your mods.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, Mama K. Yeah. No. Yeah. That's two that you comments. You know, you just that she's disrupting my live, whatever. You are trying to control my live because you're telling me what to do. If I have a troll in here and I want to fucking confront them, I will confront them because I'm going to let them show their ass so that everybody sees who they are. And what everybody saw with V right now is that she was being deceptive from the beginning. First, it's, I don't remember. I don't remember. Then she fucking remembers. This is an intelligent person who was in my lives discussing things. She's a legal person. She's an intelligent person. She didn't just forget. She's being deceptive. And until you see the fucking deception, you won't understand what I'm talking about. And what I'm talking about is this has always been a machine that Gypsy has controlled over here on TikTok to manipulate all of your platforms because she needs your platforms because that's where the audience has always been. Okay, my battery's dead and I'm tired of this shit. But every time they do this, it validates me. It validates what I was saying 2 years ago. Every day, I am being validated. So you take that for whatever it is. Okay? You take that for what it is. I have shown you, since I've been over here, I have shown you my everything about me. I have created public groups where I've uploaded resources for you to have. You tell me what these other content creators have done to get you to understand this case. Have they gone over the evidence? Have they ever gone over the evidence? And all of this links to those same content creators that have always been causing the trouble. Always. Now those content creators are attacking people like Audrey. Why? Because they're getting the information to the public. I've shown you that they're all working together and they're all dirty and you can't trust them. I don't give a shit. Go trust them. Don't come in my live and try to bullshit. Don't. You don't think Morbid did what, Mama Kay? My battery's dead, Cracker Jack. Mama Kay, you don't think Morbid did what? Because your answer is going to explain a lot of your other comments down here tonight.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay. Yeah, my battery's dead. I'll be back tomorrow. My JFK Annie is suspended for 3 days, so I'll be back either over here or on the FOIA account. One of those. Okay?
Thank you,
Night,
Annie.
Annie. Good chat.
B, you just had to get that last one in, didn't you?
I sure as fuck did.
Okay,
I
I'm
just
gonna let
wanted
you
her
have
to
it.
hear your goodbye. That's it.
I'll let you have that. Okay. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Thank you. Thank you for coming on
Night,
both
Okay.
my
Good
y'all.
night,
accounts and
good
Good
night,
night, everyone.
everybody.
putting up with me tonight.
Good
Good
Okay.
night.
night.
Good night,
Have a
Plum.
good
I love
one.
Goodbye.
you. Good night.
Love you
Good
too.
night,
Love you,
Guys,
Good
B.
night,
bye.
everybody. Okay. See
Okay.
you tomorrow.
Keep out of the naughty corner.
Okay.
I love Annie's smile. It just, she tweets.